Last week, we gave you some tips on how to get paid. Well, this week, we have some more tips on how you can get paid for your business online or electronically. Hey guys, I'm Kalila Reynolds, and it's time for another episode of Money Moves JA, brought to you in partnership with Exim Bank's Business Advisory Service, which helps you to expand and grow your business. Exim Bank's Business Advisory Service is here, especially for the small and medium enterprises. We want you to grow. Keep watching to find out more. I also have a giveaway. Now, before we start, make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me at Kalila Ray and at Exim Bank JA on Instagram in order to be eligible to win our big prize at the end of the episode. And of course, if you find anything useful, make sure you share with a friend. I'm joined now by financial blogger Gillian Jackson. Check out financialsensibility.com, CENTS. She's also a senior business advisor. Welcome back, Gillian.
Thanks for having me, Kalila.
So let's just do a quick recap from last week. You spoke about 3 ways that you can accept payments for your business. Those are mobile money, online transfers, and cardless deposits at the ATM.
Right.
So tell us some more ways we can accept money for a business. We can get paid.
Okay, another way that small businesses can tell their customers how to send payments to them is to use the Dropbox. So most banks will have a Dropbox facility where it's a machine. It looks like a box, just as the name describes. And it has envelopes. It's completely self-serve. So you just go into the area with the Dropbox. You take an envelope, you write the information on the envelope, on the front of the envelope, who needs to get paid, what their account number is, and a brief description of the transaction. And I recommend that you fill in all 3, especially the description, so the person that you're paying knows that it's from you. And I recommend to put your name, so it's easy for them to say, okay, well, this payment came from John Doe. So when you do that,
tell your customers to do that.
Tell your customers, right? So I'm going to recap what you should tell your customers when you're sending out invoices to them. You can use the envelope, you put the money in, and you tear off a piece of the envelope. The envelope has a perforated piece. You tear it off. You drop the money in the box. It has a slot. You drop the money in, and then you use the piece that you tore off as your receipt. So it's stamped. The box has a mechanism that it stamps the receipt. And then you have that as your receipt that you made that payment. And you should also include your phone number on it in case something went wrong and the bank is trying to, because what they'll do is that they'll take all of those payments at the end of the day and they'll process them. So it's a little bit less taxing on them than having the customer standing in front of them. They can process it after work or when things are a little bit slower.
So you can deposit cash at the Dropbox?
Cash.
I thought it was only checks.
No, you can deposit cash and checks at the Dropbox. And you just make sure you get your receipt so that if anything goes wrong and there's no record of the payment, you have your receipt and it's stamped with the date and the time that you made that transaction, that you did that transaction. So many banks have that option.
So that's Dropbox.
Yeah.
What else do you have for us, Gillian? I'm liking this. I'm taking notes.
There's one payment. It's not a traditional payment, but it's a remittance option. So if you have persons that are paying for something overseas, there's something that you can do called a money transfer card. There's one company I know that offers it, that's JN Money Transfer. You can send money from overseas and it goes directly to a card. And you can use that card at the ATM. You can use it at point of sale to buy things. So it's just like having a debit card. It's actually a debit card. So
is it cheaper than doing the SWIFT, the wire transfer?
Yes, because you don't pay anything to receive that. So it goes on straight to your card and you can use the card in your regular transactions. So at the ATM, at points of sale, just like a regular debit card.
Very handy to know.
Yes. There are other, I know in the payment space, they're trying to build up more of the prepaid cards, as I mentioned before, where persons will be able to send money to a card. I know that's in train. I don't know how many persons or how many institutions are looking into that seriously now, but I know it is something that we can look out for.
This is very useful for people who do online stuff, like you might sign up for a Fiverr or something like that, because we don't have the ability to accept PayPal payments here in Jamaica.
Right, that's another thing that I forgot to mention, Kalila. And for some persons, if they're more savvy, would either, if they have an overseas account, because you'd have to have an overseas bank account to accept PayPal payments, that's one option. If you don't have an overseas overseas account, another option is Stripe. Stripe is a payment service that's offered overseas, and they'll set up a company for you, and you can accept payments through that mechanism through your website. I know there are a few local people that I know that use Stripe.
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 Like Red Stripe.
Like Red Stripe, right. So you can they will set up a company for you, you pay a fee, set up a company for you in Delaware, because they have tax benefits by doing it there. And then you can accept payments just like e-commerce out here. So some people, because of the challenges with e-commerce out here, they would opt for an overseas company like Stripe to set up payments to accept any any credit card like a Visa or MasterCard, or a Visa debit card.
So if you have a U.S. account, Gillian,
yes,
there are other ways that you can benefit and you can accept payments and make payments abroad, right? How can you do it?
Right. So the more expensive way, of course, is to do the wire transfer. You could wire transfer it from your account here to your account over there. That costs a lot, as I mentioned before. It's $3,000, and the buyer and the sender and the receiver both have to pay. So there's another option that I use, or that I know persons use. It's called, you can do check deposits by an app. So the bank that you have in America or wherever it is overseas, they have apps. So if it's Bank of America, Wells Fargo, whichever bank it is abroad, they would have an app that allows you to deposit a check by taking a picture of the check. So we don't have that here, but overseas they do have it. So if you get that app on your phone and you request a US draft locally, so you go to your local bank and you say, I need a check for $3,000 US or whatever it is, and you get the check paid in the name of the bank account that you want to deposit it overseas, you can use the app and take a picture of that check, and that check is instantly deposited to that account. So that's another way that you can, if you need to make a payment overseas.
Awesome stuff.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Gillian.
No problem.
So I hope you're paying attention, because we have our giveaway question coming up. But first, here's a recap of Gillian's tips to get your business paid. Use your bank's Dropbox service. Use a remittance service. And try a payment service like PayPal or Stripe. It's time now for your giveaway question, courtesy Exim Bank's Business Advisory Service. Make sure you are following them on Instagram at Exim Bank JA. In order to win, leave your comment on their Instagram page and they'll select the winner. Give us one advantage of accepting payments electronically. The first person with the best answer wins themselves a prize from Exim Bank's Business Advisory Service. Remember, they are here to help your business grow exponentially, especially if you're a small or medium enterprise. That's it for this episode of Money Moves JA, brought to you in partnership with Exim Bank's Business Advisory Service. Check out their website, eximbankja.com. I'm Kalila Reynolds. See you later.